Hey gorgeous, welcome to Happy Go Fabulous. I am so thrilled that you're here. This is our space where we get real about life, the good, the messy and all the juicy bits in between. Real talk, real life and a whole lot of delicious living. But I must warn you, listening may cause unexpected outbreaks of fabulousness and real life magic. Hi, I'm Catherine and I am so incredibly passionate about helping inspired, motivated, impact-driven, freedom-seeking people just like you to do the deep inner work to create those beautiful outer wonders in life. It's all about revolutionising your relationship with yourself, where you fall madly, deeply in love with who you are and create a life so fabulous you can't wait to jump out of bed every morning to live it. Ready? Because ordinary living is so last season. Life's waiting and it's time to make it fabulous. Let's shimmy on in. So today I'm chatting with Shelly Kaur from Blooming Feng Shui. And Shelly is a Feng Shui consultant. She's based in Canberra, where I used to live in Australia. And she's passionate about helping people to create harmony, happiness and prosperity in not just their homes, but their businesses and their lives. And she's using the time-tested principles of Feng Shui and guides people in aligning their environment with their goals, with their health and their well-being. So whether you're navigating life transitions, whether you're seeking growth or simply yearning for a home that feels like a true sanctuary, she's here to help your space support the life that you're meant to live. And it's all about realigning your space so that you can bloom with flow, with purpose and prosperity. And I am super excited to chat with Shelly about this today. I would say that I'm a keen novice about Feng Shui. I know a little bit, but not a lot. And when Shelly and I connected, it was just like, oh my gosh, I want to find out more and more about this. And I know that my listeners will as well. So Shelly, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me here, Catherine. It is such a pleasure.
I'm really looking forward to it. So can you tell us, when we were off air, I was checking with Shelly about the pronunciation. Feng Shui, but Feng Shui. I kind of get it a little bit.
Yeah.
So Feng Shui.
Feng Shui, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
what is it?
So Feng Shui is basically, if we look at it literally, the meaning of the words, it's wind and water. So it is all about the energy that the wind and the water brings with it. And for a layman, if I had to explain what Feng Shui was, I would say it is all about the energy pattern of the space we live in or spend time in. It can be the outside, the landscape, the terrain that your house is built on or the building is built on. Plus, it is the inside of the house as well. So when I say inside, it's all about the flow of energy, how you have placed the rooms in the house, where the kitchen is, the elements come into play as well. So it all kind of boils down to the energy of your space.
I love that. I'm all about simplicity. I like going deep, but I like things to be pretty simple and clear. So the energy of our space, and that is I'm in my office at the moment. And so that's one space, but it could be my whole home, yes. But also the land that my dwelling is on.
Yes.
And it's not just about home, is it? It could be people's...
It can be anything.
The environment, isn't it?
It's anywhere where you're living. And it's basically about bringing a person in. If there is no person on a piece of land, it will not be working, because it's when we as human beings come into play, that's where the energy starts working on us. And that's where the Feng Shui starts.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that Feng Shui was wind and water. I knew it was a lot about the elements, but the wind and the water and the patterns of energy, that is very, very cool. How did you get into this?
It's a very interesting question. So I stumbled upon it, and it was just a coincidence. And I always say there are no coincidences.
No, there's no coincidences.
It is all meant to be. So I was still in college studying, and Mom used to read out this Feng Shui tip from the local newspaper, the Tribune in India. And every Sunday they would have a tip, and she would kind of, read it out to me. And we used to discuss it. Oh, this is either they're asking to do this or whatever, place this somewhere. And it was a very symbolic kind of feng shui they were talking about. And that's how it all started. Mom would keep talking about it, and I would be like, oh, it's so simple. I need to place a horse in the south. So we would have things in the house. I would just pick it up and put it in the right direction. And, it was really simple to apply, and it just piqued my interest. And that's how it all started. And then I met my husband to be, and he loves reading. So we would go to different bookstores, and there was this one near our house, my parents' home, called The Browser. And they had beautiful seating areas where you could just sit for hours and read. So we would go there, and I started looking for books on feng shui. And at that time, there were so many books available by this author called Lillian Tu. And I was like, great. So I bought all the books and started reading about it. We got married, then we moved to Australia, and everything was like kind of on hold because feng shui took a back seat, and kids came along and settling in, everything. So around 2014, I decided I wanted to take it further, because the books, I would get to a certain point, and then it would get too difficult to understand. I was like,
Yes.
too hard. I need someone to explain it to me. So I went to Kuala Lumpur in 2014, then 2015, then 2016, and did courses with Lillian too. It was amazing because that's the person I was reading all the books. She had written all those books, and I felt like I knew her. So when I was there sitting, listening to her, it felt so good. But then I realized, that saying that the more you know, the more, or is it the more you learn, the more you realize you need to learn more?
Yes,
Something like
yes,
that.
yes.
And I realized it was so much deeper than just placing something. That's a very basic way of looking at feng shui. And a lot of traditional feng shui masters don't believe in that because they say it is more about the energy rather than placement of things. So I got deeper into it, had a good understanding, and then I was happy for a while, I must say. Then I was trying to understand what I had learned and apply it in my life. And then I started offering feng shui consultation to my friends and then to my clients as well. But then I realized I needed to learn more. And I have one of my feng shui masters who says feng shui is like mafia. Once you get in, you cannot come out.
You can't get
so,
out. Yeah.
so that's exactly how it is. And I'm really happy that that's what it does to you, because you can make your life so much better. Not just your life, your children, your family, your friends, all my clients. I feel so empowered that I can actually go in and have a look at their house plan. And once I know what the date of birth is of the people living there and what their animal signs are based on feng shui, I can actually look at the house plan and tell them what all might be going wrong in their life.
Wow.
Can you imagine? Yeah.
That's
So
this.
that's my journey, but it is continuous. It hasn't stopped. I'm still learning. I'm
Yeah.
still going to different teachers, trying to understand how they look at things, because there's so many different systems in feng shui. So having learned the basic one from Lillian, I'm going deeper now, and I've got a better understanding. And every time I add something new, because I've picked something else from someone else, and I understand how it can be applied as well. So there are so many layers that I have to work with in feng shui, but it is amazing.
Oh my gosh, I love that. What I wanted to just pick up with you before we get into some of the tips is I love that you followed that passion that, from your mum reading out the tips from the paper, and
Yeah.
then you sort of put it. So there was obviously some little spark there from when you were younger, and then you pursued that.
Yeah.
And it's very common. I know that we, trusting our intuition and trusting those little glimmers and sparks that we have. I have a lot of clients that come to me and they say, oh, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up. And I think it's those little glimmers that we get are clues. And
Yeah.
yours ended up, you followed your clues.
Yeah.
And also, I really relate to what you're saying about the more we learn about something, we go deeper. And it's almost, I don't know if you find this, Shelley, but for me, it's almost like this, the layers open up. So when I
Yeah,
peel
that's
one
so true.
layer off, like mine's all about, energy and human behavior and mindset, and it's like you peel this little layer off and then this other element comes and blossoms, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, I need to kind of do some work with that. And then when I work with that, it's just like, oh my gosh, there's so much juiciness in the depth.
Yes,
And it's very addictive. And I think we
it
could be
is.
addicted to all sorts of crappy stuff, but this is a very cool, being the
It
best that we
brings
can be.
results, Catherine.
Oh
It
my
just
gosh, it
brings
sure does.
instant,
Yeah,
things going wrong in someone's life. And
yeah.
I always say this to my friends, my family, my clients, that if anything is going wrong in your life, don't think this is how destiny is going, bringing things to you, or it is
Mm,
meant to be.
mm,
Feng Shui is almost 70 to 80% of the luck that you get. So the house you're living in, because that is where you're spending most of your
mm,
time,
mm,
it has the maximum impact on your luck. Yes, the
mm,
destiny part is definitely there,
mm,
and then how much effort you put in is definitely there.
mm.
But some masters say that it goes to 90% of your luck. So if we get that right, can you imagine how great your life can be? So,
Okay, give us. Let's get into the juiciness. What are some things that some general principles, because I know that it gets very specific for
yes.
individuals and that's tricky to do here. I mean, I could give you
Yes.
some of my information, but how about we keep it general to
Yeah,
start
yeah.
with? What are some general tips that we could do that would help us in that energy placement in our homes?
So I was thinking, I wrote down a few things that I thought I would share with you
Perfect.
because we are in the year of the snake, 2025.
Yeah.
And I had a look at the Flying Star chart for 2025, and I thought that would be a great
Perfect.
um,
Perfect.
starting point, or just some tips that people can apply so that they
Yeah.
can have a better year. So
Actually, can
if
I just stop you there?
yeah, sure.
Let's wind back a little bit. So it's the year of the snake.
It is the year
What
of the
does
snake.
that, so each year, this is in the Chinese
Yes, so it's
astrology.
the Chinese astrology. We have
Astrology.
12 animals there,
Yes.
12 different animal
Yeah.
signs. Starts with rat, then
Yeah.
ox, tiger. Then we go on to rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, sheep, monkey, rooster, dog, and pig. So we
Cool.
get 12 of those. And every animal sign has certain elements connected to
Yeah.
them, but they have certain kind of characteristics that are connected to them. So every animal sign will bring that kind of energy to the year when it
Yeah.
starts. But it is not just that simple. It's the five elements that we use
Yes.
in feng shui
Yeah.
all the times, which is wood, water, earth, fire, and metal. So this is the year of the wood snake. And that the combination of the wood with the snake and how it all unravels, plus the other elements in the chart for the year, creates the energy for the year. So
Perfect.
it gets quite complex,
Yeah.
but that's how. So every human being will get an animal sign based on the year of birth.
Mm, mm,
And one little thing that one has to keep in mind is that if you're born before the 4th of February of any year, you most probably, so say for example, you were born on 4th, say 3rd of Feb or 1st of Feb 1980, chances are you're going to be considered as a 1979 born person
yeah.
because your cutoff date is too near the 4th of Feb, and it rolls back to the Chinese calendar, rolls you back to the previous year.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you, so this year, 2025, is the year of the earth snake. Does that
Would
mean
say.
20 wood snake, sorry, wood
Yeah, yeah,
snake,
yeah.
sorry, yeah. Um, so does that mean next year, 2026, is the year of the horse?
It is the year of the horse. Very
Ah,
good.
I'm a horse. I'm a horse.
Oh, great. So it's going to be a great year. It is going to be an eventful year for you.
Yes.
So it can
Let's talk
really,
about 2025. Let's talk
okay.
about the snake,
Yep.
and then I'll dip into
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
my year.
Okay. So just looking at feng shui generally, the
Yeah.
first cliched tip that everybody will talk about is making sure that get rid of clutter in the house, or in your environment. So I would take it a bit deeper, like a step further, and say that if you know your animal sign, say for example, you're a horse and horse's direction is south. Now
Yeah.
we know that. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you know that your direction is south, you make sure that you do not have any kind of rubbish, any kind of clutter, your bins,
Yeah.
or even the bathroom, the toilet especially, in your personal direction. It's because we
Yeah.
want to make sure that your luck keeps improving. But if you have a pile of dirt sitting there, rubbish sitting there in your personal direction, it can create problems in your life.
Yeah. Cool.
So that
Okay.
would be the first feng shui tip, that, get rid of clutter. And I know clutter is one of the biggest problem a lot of people have, and they find it really hard to get rid of.
Mm.
And it's not their fault, because it's the energy of that clutter. That clutter has really heavy, thick energy,
Mm.
and it will not
Mm.
move. And in feng shui, we like movement. We want a lot of fresh air coming in. We want areas are open so that you can walk easily. There's no hurdle there, nothing blocking you. When you have clutter, the energy becomes stagnant.
Yes.
It starts making you feel low.
Yes.
And if it's in your animal sign direction, it will create problems for you. So
Mm.
that
I'm
would
just
be
thinking
one.
while you're doing that, I was just trying to get my compass on my phone
Yes,
sorted,
work
but I
out.
know where south is here. I
Yeah,
know where south is. It's pretty clear on our block of land.
good.
In my office, though, it's starting to get a bit cluttered.
Yeah,
And we've moved into this property 12 months ago.
yeah.
And I would love to say that it's all pristine, and it's not. There's still stuff around.
Yeah,
Um,
and that's normal, because when you're living, you tend to have
yeah,
so many things that
yeah,
we accumulate, and over time it just gets, you
yeah,
get busy and things stay there. So, and it's okay, but once you understand the
yeah,
importance of getting rid of it, I think
yeah,
it's a constant kind of a process that you have to get in
yeah.
and keep cleaning, keep revisiting the areas and making sure it's clear.
So would it be, Shelley, like in my office would be keeping that area completely clear in the office, but
You
also
can
in the
have,
house?
so there are two words or two phrases that we use in feng shui: big tai chi and small tai chi. So big tai chi would be the whole house,
Yeah,
the building, yeah.
yeah,
And small tai chi can be applied to a room, to your desk, to a smaller area, you know. So if you're looking at your room right now, your office, that's small tai chi.
yeah, sure.
And you can make sure that it's, and where you spend the time, that's where it gets activated, because human energy is the most powerful
Mm,
energy. So if you're spending time in your office quite a lot,
mm,
you make sure that that area is really clean, clear
mm,
of clutter, and the south of that area for you personally, being a horse, make sure
mm,
it's clean.
yeah.
And then you look at the house as a whole, the big tai chi, and check what's happening there, and that'll also help your luck, improve your luck.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, clutter has been big journey for me, especially in the move here. And I've shared some other podcast episodes about the heaviness that I have felt with certain items. And I did do some releasing around one of those really big, heavy family heirloom stuff that I just wasn't sure what to do with, and
Yeah.
feel incredibly light after having done that. So that's the shift in energy as
Yeah.
well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Having that stuck and blocked
Mm, mm.
energy to be
Yes.
able to shift it. So
Yeah. And that's
awesome.
why, because if it's a family heirloom, it's got a
Mm.
lot of energy stuck to it.
Yes. Yeah.
So I would definitely recommend putting it out in the sun for a while to
Yeah.
get rid of the energy and
Yeah.
maybe a singing bowl,
Yeah.
just, or a bell going
Yes.
around it so that you lift the energy, get it
Yes.
dry cleaned, and,
Yes.
do everything that you can to lift the energy. And that's the reason that in feng shui, we do not like antique pieces, because you don't know who had it. You don't know what kind of energy they had and what kind of life they had. So it's a lot of
Yeah.
stuck energy there. So if you are buying something which is an antique piece, make sure you are cleansing it, clearing the energy, and
Yeah.
making sure it's not going to create problems for you. Yeah.
Yeah. I did a whole energy clearing of this home, like did
Yeah.
like intentions. We saged and smudged it, and I
Smudged.
did a
Yeah.
very, like, I'm doing that a lot and on the property
Yeah.
as well. So I do that. But that's
And
probably even with secondhand stuff, isn't it? Not even antique, but
yeah,
secondhand.
secondhand does the same
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Salt is a really good one to cleanse and lift the energy. So when I first used it, I used normal salt, but it's
Yeah.
better to go thicker, like sea salt, but
Yeah.
chunky.
Yeah.
So what you do is you spread it all around your living area, one room at a time. Just handfuls, throw it around, let it sit for a couple of hours or even more, and then go around vacuuming it.
Yeah.
And that really lifts the energy as well.
Oh, I'm going to do that. Would Himalayan
Yeah, yeah.
the Himalayan pink Himalayan salt
Salt, yeah. Don't go fine, go coarse.
go
Thicker.
coarse?
Yeah, it's easier to vacuum it.
Yeah, sure. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. And we just do one room at a time, do we?
Yeah, I mean, you can do the whole house, go and spread it and leave it for a few hours.
Yes.
If it's safe, your pet's not going to start licking, or, all those things in mind. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. I'm going to do that. I'm
Mm.
going to declutter my south in my office. The funny thing is, the thing that's cluttered here are the singing bowls. I've got
Oh,
singing bowls in there, so I'll give them another. I'll just shift them. I'm just looking across.
yeah,
When I'm looking
move
across,
them.
that's my south.
Yeah.
And yes, I can
So
definitely do
you could
some.
do it another way. So this year we need to make sure that we have a lot of metal element in the northeast.
In the where? Which
Northeast.
okay.
And Northeast has the 5 yellow star, which is considered a really negative star. It can bring all kinds of problems. So for people who have their front door in the Northeast or their bedroom in the Northeast, because they're spending a lot of time there, that means. So they need to make sure that they have metal in that direction in the northeast. So if you're looking at moving your singing bowls, you could move it to the northeast because it would be made of brass or some other kind of metal.
Yeah, okay.
And we do not want earth element in the northeast this year. So if they were made of crystal, you know how you get crystal singing bowls
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it in the northeast this year, but definitely the metal ones, they can go in the northeast.
Perfect. They're the metal ones.
Yeah, yeah. And they would
And
have a
I'm
wooden mallet too.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
awesome.
that would be a better spot to have it. Like if you want to spread them out, you could place a few there.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just my compass isn't calibrated. You know when you kind of go, oh,
Yeah.
it's not because I'm here in the room or something.
So I normally find that the phone compass,
Yeah.
the app on the phone is
Yeah.
not very reliable. So it's
Yeah.
better to go with a basic compass from Bunnings
Yeah,
or
righto.
wherever, and then because you know where the sun rises, you
Yes.
kind of get an idea that east is there. But in
Yeah.
feng shui, we need exact degrees to make
Yeah.
everything work.
Yeah.
But at least, it's a starting point. You know that this is east. If that's east, then this is west, and that's south, and that's north. So
Yeah.
once you have that idea, you then check. Because sometimes when I'm taking compass direction for my clients, recently I was at a client's place. They've bought a house, new house, after about 15. I did their house 15 years ago. And now
Yeah.
they called me last week to do their new house. And it was so tricky to get the direction because it was showing a different direction on their phone, a different direction on my phone,
Yeah.
and on my Lopan. I just have one here to show it to you. This is my compass, the feng shui
Oh
compass.
my
It's
god.
got a lot of information on it, and it's in
Oh gosh, for
Chinese.
those that are listening, it's probably about 40 centimeter
By 40.
diameter. It's
Yeah.
quite big, and there's a little compass in the middle, and then there's all this golden black.
Yeah. So all these layers give us
Yeah,
information about, if depending on the degree, we get to know what all is there and so much more, the combinations and everything. So it's like a,
comprehensive.
yeah, but it is so, there's so much calculation
Yeah,
that they've done. It's amazing that how they've worked it out and put all the information on the low pan to for us to make it becomes so much easier for us to look at and go, okay, this is where it is. So I found that it was hard to get the degree on. I mean, it was fine on this one, but every other compass that they used, or I used the app and they used an app, it was different. So it took me a while to work
yeah,
out the direction. So that's why once you know where north, south, east, west is in a
yeah,
general way,
yeah,
you can actually then go in with a simple compass and work out
yeah,
your directions, and
yeah,
then we can go deeper because the formulas need the exact degree to do a lot
yeah.
of things.
Yeah. So my bedroom, mine and my husband's bedroom, is in the east of the property.
Hmm.
And now he's a different sign. I don't know what his sign is, but how do you do it if somebody's energy needs something and somebody? Sorry,
Yeah, so we call
so
it.
that's personal. Yeah.
So every person in the world will either fall in an East group or a West group, depending on
Okay.
their date of birth.
Yeah.
Now, East group people will have four good directions and four bad directions. And
Yeah.
similarly, West group people will have four good directions and four bad
Yeah.
directions. Now, the good directions for the East group people are East, South, North, and Southeast. And these are the bad directions for the West group
Yeah.
people. So it's
Yeah.
opposite, you know?
Yeah.
So if you have a mixed group,
Yeah.
husband, wife, or a couple,
Yeah.
then there are ways to look at how we can maximize their luck by telling them where to sleep. So it gets a bit more complex. Then we look at both of them. Then I look at the house and the different layers that we have to look at. And then I work out and tell them, okay, you guys can sleep here. It will bring both of you good luck rather than
Yeah.
one having
Yeah.
really good luck and the other one suffering.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are
That's
ways
it.
to.
Because I know that I think I'm a east and we're opposites. I know when I
Yeah,
was
so he
looking
would
at
be a
it.
west group. So for him, his good directions are northwest, northeast, west, and southwest. And they're
Yes.
not your good
No.
directions.
No.
So we work out, there is a way to work it out, and, we just
Put
apply
him in a
that.
different room. Put him in a different room.
Yeah, that's one way of doing it. I know a lot of people do that, but
Yeah. Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you don't want to, then
No.
there are ways to work it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's part of the combining, but what you were talking about before was the generic, the snake year 2025 having
Yeah.
metal in our northeast is just
Yeah.
for everybody, regardless
Yeah.
of, yeah,
Yes, that will control the negative energy and
yeah,
it will not bring problems to you.
yeah,
And if you want to improve your wealth this year,
yeah,
the direction to look for is southwest. So placing a small water feature, I wouldn't go big
yeah,
because there are so many layers that we work with. We want to make sure we are not activating something bad without realizing it. Because for someone who's listening to this podcast, they wouldn't know all the details. And for a layman, it's too much to understand. So for a feng shui consultant, yes, they will have their charts and they'll work it
mm,
out. But that's why I'm saying go small, just a tabletop water feature, plug it
mm,
in, and place it in the southwest of your either the family room, dining room, or formal lounge area, or informal lounge as well. But we never place water in the bedroom.
okay. Why is that? Because it's,
So it's too much activity. Water is yang,
yeah,
and bedrooms have to be yin,
yeah,
quiet, so that you have a good night's sleep.
yeah,
So when you bring in water feature into a bedroom, it might interfere with your sleep
yeah,
pattern, create
too
problems, but it
activating,
can
yeah.
create problems in relationships as well.
Oh, okay.
So it's best not
I
to
don't
have.
have one, but
Yeah, best
so
not
small water feature in the
in the southwest.
southwest, which will help with wealth,
Money lack.
your money
Yeah,
land.
yeah.
Yeah, cool.
And the other things, if you don't want to bring in a water feature, sometimes people say, oh, too much hassle. Just place a bowl filled with lots of coins or things that you think represent money luck. So it
Yeah.
could be jewels, artificial, you have to be careful what you're placing out there, but artificial is totally fine. And some loose change or a photo of a car, whatever you
What
think.
represents maybe
Yes.
abundance that
Yeah,
works
abundance
for
to
you, that you
you.
put that
You,
into a bowl.
yeah, and
Yeah.
place it in the southwest.
Place that in the southwest. So it doesn't necessarily need to be a water feature, but the energy of a bowl
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
symbols of wealth in
Yes.
it.
So
Yes.
water feature will bring in money quicker. So water is a very good activator because it's moving,
Yeah.
it's that movement. So it's quicker. But
Yeah.
if you don't want to bring in a water feature, just try the
Just
wealth
do
bowl
it. I'm going to
and
go and do
yeah,
that. I'm going to do
yeah.
that. And I would love the listeners, when you're listening, to provide us with some feedback. Like pop into the comments and let us know if you try that and what the results are. I think that would be
Yeah, I
really
would love
cool.
to hear that too.
Yeah. I'm
And
going to do that.
one note, one of caution here, that water features will make your life busy.
Oh, okay.
It's the movement happening. So you will find, so if we bring water features and place it in the right direction where it needs to be for a business, it
Mm,
brings movement. People start coming into your business and it brings money.
nice.
So it's a really quick way for activating money.
Could I do that in my office?
Yes, you could do it in your office.
And also in the family living area would
Yeah,
be
yeah,
for
you
all of
can.
us, but my office would be around that movement.
Yes. And
That'd be
you
really
you have to let me
interesting.
know what you feel
Really will,
once you.
Shelley, because I've
Mm.
been in a very dormant energy the last 12 months. So we've been in the property for 12 months.
Yeah, I remember
And
when you moved. Yeah.
yes, yes. And the just the events of last year, it's been a very dormant, quiet, like I was going to say deliberate, kind of deliberate, not deliberate, but it's a slowing down,
Yeah.
but starting to now go, okay, where is this next phase of my business going?
Mm.
And feeling like I'm ready for movement.
Yeah.
So that will be interesting. I'm going to recalibrate because even the compass I've got, I'm going to get my husband's compass,
Mm.
like just the because the one on the
Basic. Yeah.
phone is not calibrating how it did before. It's showing me different
I know it does that. So you
to
have
what
to
I
be
had.
careful with the
So
phone.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I will get my and just make sure I'll have the be a bit more precise about where
Yeah.
those
Yeah. Yeah.
directions are. So
And feng shui can, really turn things around. So that's
yeah,
where if you're feeling stuck, that's
yeah,
a sign that something needs to move, something
yeah.
needs to be done. And feng shui is the quickest way and the best investment. That's what I say all
That's
the
it.
time, not just because I'm a feng shui consultant,
Yeah,
because I have seen the results. I try everything on myself
yeah,
first.
yeah, yeah.
I experiment, see how it's working so that I can offer it to others. Otherwise,
Yes.
there's no point. I don't want to use others as a guinea pig and
Yeah.
then,
No.
realize, oh, this is not right. So I do it on myself.
Yes.
I see the improvement and then I go and offer it to others.
Oh my gosh, that sounds very cool. What do you have any other things on your list there of
Um,
general?
One more thing I would
Yeah.
definitely talk about for this year is that if you were born in the year of a dog or a boar or
Yeah.
pig, or if you are the boss of your company,
Yeah.
owner of a business, or the male head of a family,
Mm-hmm.
these people need to take extra care this year because they have quarrelsome star number 3 in their charts, and the direction it is in is northwest.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody who's a dog or a pig sign, they should carry something red with them this year to
Right.
protect them from the energy of that star. Plus, they need to be aware that they have the star in their chart for the year. So they need to be a bit more careful when they talk to people. They should not get into arguments. They should be a bit more patient
Okay.
and reminding themselves again and again that it's only this 12 months, only half, like now it's 6 months left. Things will settle because a new star will come into their direction, which will change the energy. But for this year, till the end of January 2026, they need to be extra careful, carry something red, and
Yeah.
place something red, like a small rug or a cushion, in the northwest of their room or their office or the house.
Mm. So
Just to stay
red
safe.
is that sign of protection
So
and
red
luck, is
is
it?
actually controlling. It's an element we are using to control the element of star 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So it's
Okay.
controlling it.
Okay. And so people can find out their animal sign. They can just Google that, can't they,
They
on
can
their birth?
Google
Yeah.
it, or on my Instagram page
Oh,
and
perfect.
on my website as well. I share a lot of feng shui tips all the time.
Oh, perfect.
Sometimes I'm more regular than others, but
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
all there. And so if they just in the search, they put in animal signs, all the posts regarding animal signs will pop up,
Oh,
and they can
perfect.
find out, they can read more about it, because I do share a lot of experiences as well, and tips, feng shui tips that I can offer to people. So it's a good place to go to and have a look.
Awesome. And we've got all of Shelley's details in the show notes, but when we wrap up, I'll get her to repeat those for us. Tell me now, can I ask you and indulge myself?
Yeah.
2026, the year of the horse.
Yep.
What's in store?
So it's a fire year, so
Yeah.
we do have to be a bit careful with fires happening and all those kind of things happening. But for people born in the year of horse, dog, and tiger, it should be a big year. So get ready to cash into it. So I think, you're already feeling it,
Yes.
I would
Yeah.
say, because you're
Yeah.
ready to
Yes.
move forward. And the coming year, the energy of that year is it will start around October, November.
Yeah.
It'll start to really kick in. But I think it's already affecting you because you are a horse
Yes.
and you're ready to go further and improve,
Yeah.
so it'll be a big year for you. So I
And I
think,
turn 60 next year too, Shelley. So that's
yes,
a
that's a
big
big year.
milestone, a
Yes,
big
it
year.
is.
And I
It
can
is
feel,
based on feng shui. Yeah,
yeah, and I can feel that shift just energetically. It's really interesting just observing myself and what's been happening sort of over the last 18 months or so,
yeah,
and just feeling the energy, just really allowing, feeling into it. But I do feel a shift
yeah,
happening.
yeah.
I do
And
very much.
in feng shui or Chinese astrology, we say that so the cycle is for 60 years, and once you turn 60,
Ooh,
it resets.
ooh,
So you go back to your year one again.
yeah.
So the luck that you had around that time is quite similar to what you will have at 61, then 62, and so on. Yeah.
Ah, interesting. That's
Mm.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting to even just know that and be contemplate over that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That I wasn't aware of that, but it does feel like 60 feels pretty significant.
Mm.
That it feels very much like a renewal,
Yes.
and
So it
it's
is, because it's going to reset and you'll
yeah.
be starting afresh. So yeah.
Yeah. And it's also interesting, Shelley, like we had this podcast booked in some months ago, and
Yeah.
then you had some life situations happened, and I had some life situations happen, and both of us were just like, yeah, we'll get to it when the time is right. And
Yes.
we both feel
Yeah.
that, it's come together now, which
It is.
is, I'm
Yeah.
always about, divine timing
Mm.
and
And
everything.
this year is known for this, the year of the snake, that there will be shift
Yes.
in things like unplanned
Yes.
travel happening all the time, So I saw it personally as well. So yeah.
Yeah. Tell me, Shelley, what does a feng shui consultation like? You've sort of dipped into some of the parts. So if somebody was wanting you to, is it an in-person consultation or can you
Um,
do?
if possible, then it's in
Yes.
person. But then I've got clients all over the world. I've got people in America, Canada,
Yes.
India. Quite a few different countries, England. So what I need from a person who's going to go ahead with feng shui is their date of birth,
Yes.
their time of birth, if possible.
Yes.
Some people don't have it. We can still do a lot without it.
Yeah.
Then I need the degree of their main door or the house, a
Yeah.
lot of photos. If I'm doing it off site, then
Yes.
I usually like to get videos. Otherwise, if
Yes.
I'm going in, I can see what's
Yes.
around. I look at the terrain, I look where the next door house
Yes.
is, how the lanes are curving,
Mm.
all those things, what's behind the house, whether the house is on flat land or is it lower onto the right side or on the left is lower, because this gives us an indication of who's going to be more bossy in the house. We
Yeah.
can see what kind
Yeah.
of dynamics there will
Dynamics
be
are.
living
Yeah.
in that house. So I need the degrees, the year the people moved in or built the house, depending on
Yeah.
whatever, if they've
Yeah.
just moved into the house
Yeah.
like you did a year
Yes.
ago. So when you move in and then I look at that, I need that information. Then any issues that you have come across after moving into the house. You know,
Yes.
some people say that I've got a client whose house plan I made. You know, I was the one who said you should
Oh,
have your bed here. You know, we did it from scratch, and they're just 5 minutes away from here. But she got in touch with me last week and she said, "Can you come? Because I feel money's going out since we moved into this house." So I go in and I have a look at the plan and I know what I had suggested, but they had placed the bed somewhere else. And the
oh,
TV was something that was on a wrong wall, you
yes.
know. So there are minor things
Yeah.
that people think that, oh, we can get away with it. And I just said, okay, do this, and let me know how things are going. So I did that on Friday. I'm still waiting to hear.
Waiting to
I'll give
hear.
her a week and then I'll text her to see how things are going. So yeah, it's all this information gives me an idea of what I need to look for, and then I give suggestions.
Oh
And
my gosh.
usually the remedies are you need to change your bed direction. You know, the
Yeah.
bed head should not be here, it should be somewhere else.
Yeah.
I've had people who were happy to sleep. So if this is the room and you know this is the wall, this is the wall,
Mm.
I've got them to place their bed diagonally as well, just because we wanted to get out of a situation which was creating so many problems for them.
Wow.
And we've had amazing results. So yeah. So
Wow.
with this information, then I work out everything. And I usually take a couple of weeks' time, turnaround
Yes.
time, and I prepare a file for them. And then I go over it and explain everything, what they need to do, and all the elements. It's basically we use the 5 elements most
Yeah.
of the time, all the time, and
Yeah.
then how to use that. Yeah,
Oh my gosh, it sounds just fascinating. And
it is. It is.
there is so much information. One of the things I did just quickly want to share with you, when we moved here,
Yeah,
this property just felt like I could feel the energy of the property. It was
yeah,
very powerful energy, but I created a labyrinth and I was just drawn to a certain area of the property. And it was before I sort of really dipped a bit more into feng shui,
yeah,
and where I placed, and I used my crystal to sort of think, my pendulum, where it would be a good place to put it. And so where I put it, and then I was sort of learning a little bit more about feng shui. It's in my wisdom corner, which is the
yeah, which is
northeast,
great.
and
Yes.
that's where I go to
Yeah.
really connect with my guides, to do a whole lot of that, just that beautiful
Contemplation.
connection, yeah, contemplation.
Yeah.
And I just thought, oh, that's cool. That was just nice reassurance that I sort of
Yeah. So that
intuitively, I
is
was
a very,
guided, and
yeah,
then yeah,
that's a very general kind of understanding of feng shui. It goes so
very
much
general,
deeper,
very
Catherine.
general.
That's the main thing. But that's definitely true. You know, Northeast is for education and your
Yeah,
spiritual
yeah, yeah,
evolving. You go
yes.
there. Yeah.
And it is very, I know that it is very, 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 very complex and
But
deep.
see, that's how I started.
Yeah,
So I think that's a really good starting point,
yes,
knowing a little bit, and then once you start seeing results, you dig deeper,
yeah. Well, I am
and then you
going
keep
to,
digging.
yes, that's, yes. I am going to get a water feature in
Yeah.
my southwest. I'm going to put some metal in my northeast, and I'm
Yes.
also going to clear up my south.
Yeah. And put some red in the northwest for your husband
Oh,
as well.
okay, red in the
Yeah,
northwest.
because
Red.
it's for the father of the house, the
Yeah, okay. Yep, I've got that.
head of the
Yep,
business, and
yep.
yeah,
Cool.
dog involved.
Yes. So where do our listeners find you, Shelley? You're on
So
socials.
they can find me in a lot of different social media, but my website is bloomingfengshui.com.au.
Yes.
If you Google Blooming Feng Shui, you'll find me. It's very easy. And I am appointment only, so it's best to get in touch with me either through an email. And my email is bloomingfengshui9@gmail.com. And my phone number is 0448 468 968. And Catherine will have all the details. And Instagram, it's at Blooming Feng Shui. And Facebook is at Blooming Mushroom. And TikTok is at Blooming Feng Shui. So Blooming Feng Shui
Blooming
gets you.
Feng Shui. So if you Google,
Yes.
we'll have all the details in our show notes as well. So
Yes.
if people are on the run and you haven't got those, didn't have a pen or anything with you, come back to the show notes. We'll have all the details there. That was beautiful. I love that. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. And please, for our listeners, give us feedback. If you pop any of the tips that Shelly has mentioned, just leave a comment and I will share that with Shelly. And I thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure to be here, Catherine. And good luck with your home. And let me know how you go.
I will. Thanks for tuning in to Happy Go Fabulous. I hope you loved it. If you did, could I ask a big favour? Please subscribe, leave a review, and most importantly, share the love and let your besties know about the podcast. This will help get it into the hearts and ears of all the gorgeous souls who need a little bit of fabulous in their life. If you'd like some more high vibe happiness in your life, come and visit me on my Happiness Hive socials and make sure you've signed up to my newsletter, your weekly drop of juicy goodness. Pop over to my Happiness Hive website and click on the link Working with Catherine. I'd love to help you make life amazing. Until next time, keep being fabulous.